Alright, you crazy Spartans. Here we go. Forward unto dawn. Let's build it. We start with a landing gear. Grab a walkway. Move it forward and to the right. You'll need 3 Thunderbird class landing bays. In a square formation like that. 2 Albatross tanks in the front. Rock hop this forward by 1/2. Replicate the cargo tanks. We are building that distinctive diagonal. Clip those walkways through the cargo tanks. This is to maximize interior space. Replicate up. Leave this layer as is. Add to cargo tanks. 4th layer up. You build them in the center like so. Replicate walkways. Rock hop it back. Replicate cargo tanks. Push that forward like layer 2. We leave this empty of habs because we are going to add engines first. Pyrodrive boosters. And delete these 3 halves. Finish it with Supercruise Cowling. Next, we're going to be adding the side engines and a few other bits here. Put the rock hopper there for now. Add another Supercruise Cowling there. Ambassador SubLight thrusters. And you want to align it so the cylinder is behind the cowling there. Alright. Gonna move this up, remove that. And you're going to be placing ambassador wing modules. 2 sets of overlapping pairs. They'll basically be there. Get the back set first. I'll call them back. Replicate the ambassador wing and overlap them like so. Attach there. That gap is a feature, not a bug. Slide that back, replicate, anchor, and overlap. Next segment, start with a walkway level with the Supercruise Cowling. And you replicate 1 down vertically. You are going to offset build this back to the right, like you see here. Now we're going to finish the rest once we get this squared up with heavy linkages. Build 2 back, and then 1 down on each end. Once you have that set, replicate that last heavy linkage and anchor it all. That's 1 side down. Replace your Supercruise Cowling. Like so. Who's ready to do it all over again? The port side of your ship oftentimes will provide a larger challenge than your right side or starboard. That's because the rock hopper needs to anchor to the starboard side. And as you can see, there's a ship in the way. There's a few workarounds for this. 1, you can build a hab above the line of your ship and use a rock hopper to shift as you need. And then shift your other habs back to match like so. Always checking with the starboard side, make sure port and starboard are the same, and your left and right are symmetrical. Now you grab a walkway, you anchor it to the top deck, level with the Supercruise Cowling. 2 walkways down, 1 walkway out. You're going to use the offset build, this time moving it back and to the right, or to the starboard. Here I'm deleting part of the ship to make room for the rock hopper, so we can rock hop that level with the walkway. Heavy linkages, 3 across, 2 down on the outsides, 1 in the middle. This is so we can add some panels on the outside and create that distinctive engine shape. Now you can struggle with placing your hab like I did, or you can find a better way. Right now, we are going to anchor this on center, build up, and we are creating a hab base to install our cannon on. Rock hop it forward and back until you can anchor it right on the back there. All right, next phase, we're going to build the bridge area. Offset build, forward and starboard, forward and right. Rock hop it back half step. We're going to start building the nose. It's 2 walkways up, Ambassador Landing Bay on the back. So what you want here is to build a framework so you can get this Albatross cargo tank to line up with that negative space between the 2 diagonals like that. That's how you know you've started it right. So, upper nose first. Duplicate down to create a layer of 3, delete the center layer. Grab a Firebox Cowling and install it upside down, pointing forward. Offset build the hab below, up and forward, and install the reactor, clip through. Okay, another cargo tank to create that geometric polygonal shape that makes this ship so distinctive. Now we're going to do offset build, back and down. Want it in line with the rest of the nose, and then adjust the angle a little bit forward with the rock hopper. Grab another Albatross Side Pod and place. And this is a Longshore Cowling leading to the front, anchored to the firebox, not to the top hab. You replicate the hab forward. So this nose is 2 full habs, plus I'd say another walkway long for measuring. Moving on. Lower nose section, we're going to get a walkway. Now you want to offset build it down and back. That's level with the 3rd deck, 2nd from the top. Build 1 walkway back, clipping through the cargo tanks. Invert another cargo tank to create that inverted arrow. Longshore Cowling, pointing back towards the ship. Replicate, butt end together. Grab your habs, You're creating something for these Longshore Cowlings to attach to. Noses halfway through each other. Won't need that. Replicate Longshore Cowling. Place half clipped, another half clipped. So you line up the butt ends with the front. This is for measuring. We're going to be changing this in a minute, you'll see. Now, I use the rock copper to move this back, but these are Albatross Side Pods for the nose. That gives it these distinctive white lines and highlighting. So now we remove one of those fronts. Use some habs to create anchors. Grab a longshore, invert it so that's butt end towards, and it gives it that little bit of extra detailing on the bottom side. And also provides a bit of a taper. Right, offset this forward and up. And then you rock hop it back. So your side pod clips up and through like so. Hey, tomorrow night here, noticing an error. You needed to add one more walkway to the bottom chin like so, replicate a side pod, and place it like that. Alright, we're moving on to the side wings. To get them to mount the correct location, you need to rock hop it back or forward, half step, for your hull linkage to anchor. Top deck level with the deck walkways, like so. So you're building with the reinforced hull linkages, and you want these two hull linkages to overlap just a little bit in the center there. Add another hab forward. There's the overlap you're looking for. You rock hop this forward, and you're going to grab another hull linkage. Flip it horizontally so it looks like that. Moving on to port side. Fill any holes you notice as you're going through. Grab a hab, delete, put your rock hopper, slide it how you need. Another way you can do it, just anchor to the back like that. You want your hull linkage to be angled out from the body where it joins, and then angled back in at the tip. So I don't have the alignment right, so I need to go back. So you can slide it forward like that. That doesn't really work. You can also anchor to the front to be a lot faster. There you go. That portion done. With that portion done, you are basically done with the Corvette builder portion of this build. One of the last steps, dark gray and blue paint, whether finished or polished metal. Final step, the guns. Now for installing the guns. The lots and lots of guns. Don't build yet. I'm just showing you how the turrets are installed. Total of 9. 4 on each wing. we're going to need to strip all these out if you have followed me, because only the first 2 guns that you built count. So replicate a walkway to recreate the anchor, then delete all but the forwardmost gun on the top of the gun wings. Okay. Now you can replicate all the other guns back. There you go. That is the hull segment of Forward Unto Dawn completed. You could stop here, but if you want it to look good, you need to do some decorations. Grab storage panels. 2 sized up across the top. Just overlapping. You are right at the edge of the build permission area. So if you see on the storage panel or the side panel build menu there, it says Editing Parallax Prophecy. If you see the name of your ship disappear, you need to move back and get closer. If you look at the gigantic yellow circle demarcated on the floor, that is a good guide to your build area. Inside you're fine, outside it's touch and go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. To get these bottom ones to anchor properly, you need to build a side panel underneath where you want to build to create a standoff. Just tilt, axis, yaw until you get that angled look. Okay, just adjust your red axis till you're happy. Build a sub panel to boost this front one out. Don't worry, these are not staying white. You're going to be painting them black and yellow paint scheme. Make sure all your unnecessary parts are deleted. Grab your smaller sized side panels and build from back here. Look at the build information panel and you'll see that the name of my ship does disappear. You need to build a sub layer on the top here as well. That's just the ambassador engine being a big boy engine. When you're building this back angled wing segment, start from the rear of the ship and work your way forward, because you cannot walk to look dead on. You have to build at an angle like this. Though it lets you delete just fine, which I take issue with. Delete the under paneling and paint black and yellow. There we go. No more that garish. locate one of the large storage panels that you've already placed and walk on over. Align it to the front of the top row of heavy linkages that you've installed earlier. I spent a while trying to figure this out. I think there's just something oddly asymmetrical about how it was placed, but it will not line up to the bottom. Don't tell the Covenant. Get away, wall unit. Sorry for the jump scare. No more wall units, I promise. Not for a while. If you're at this point of the video, that means you like cool ships. So subscribe and join the Knighthood. New videos every Friday. Place a sub layer, rotate it around, so you have the narrow angled portion of this side panel for the top row pointing up, for the bottom row pointing down. Create whatever sub layers you need. Sometimes when you struggle bus and you accidentally pick up the part instead of replicating. It's all about tweaking it, getting it just right. Sometimes it takes a while, but that's fine. We're patient here on the night shift. So we're just placing our sub-layer of side panels so that we can get the right horizontal offset. All right, working back. Build your sub-layer out. And get the angle right for the back fins. See, I wandered outside the base limits there to follow my own advice. Again, build the rear, and then build forward. Rotate. Horizontal first, and then get the angle. Sometimes the pitch gets a little off at these long build angles. Alright, delete your underlayers. There you go. We are almost ready to fight back the flood. See that yellow line on the floor? Yeah, that one. That's your border, more or less. For the front communication antenna, I use the golden counter through trial and error, it was the one that gave me the most accuracy, but maybe you'll find a better part. Let me know down in the comments. So I did find that there is a small patch of floor that you can stand on that will let you build out like this. 3 small counters for 1 antenna. Then 1 large upsized counter, inverted 180 degrees. So the top of the counter is facing down. Replicate the large counter, move it up and size it down just a little bit, and then build 2 out. And place like so. The final stage to truly make this forward unto dawn is the numbering. I did work for quite a while to try and get the lettering spelled out with a bunch of numbers, but I scrapped that because it just looked bad. 201 is close enough. It gives everyone who knows the clear message. Use your jetpack to check your numbers. Number 1's a little big. Size it down. Alright, look at that. So for the interior, I've left it fairly bare bones. You build your internal stairway on the 1 walkway on the bottom deck. Go back, up, forward. And this last one you build in the same segment. Now this is the only way you can get into the bridge. There you go, Spartans. Get out there and fight the flood. Till next time.